Hey everybody, Gabby here, and welcome to today's episode of A Battle a Day. If you like this video, if you enjoy my content, please don't forget to check out my YouTube channel, maybe smash that subscribe button, but also check me out on Twitch. You can find my social media links down below in the video description. Now, when I first recorded this, I gave this long spiel about how I'm so happy that Series 8 is going away and that we're moving on to Series 9, which is actually going back to Series 7. And I thought it was really good, but my mic was muted. So it's just about 20 minutes of me like gesturing at the camera. And while I thought it would be fun to upload that, I figured I would just go for a second take. So this is take 2 of this team. I really like the team. So this is a team that I found on Liberty Note once again, which is the Japanese VGC blog that I've been following as of late. They've been posting a lot of the teams that did well in the most recent international challenge, and this team got 61st place in the tournament. It's built by Mike Nekopoke. And I really like this team on paper because it's like exactly the kind of thing I'm looking to start running in Series 9, only with a Glastrier instead of a Calyrex, because as some of you may know, the restricted Pokemon are no longer allowed when moving forward / going back to Series 9 and or 7. So I'm really excited because, you know, Venusaur Torkoal is something that's been very consistent for me and a lot of other people throughout Sword and Shield VGC. I'm just comfortable with it. You know, there's this great Fire Water Grass core on this team with Incineroar, Tapu, Fini, and Venusaur. And it also features Cresselia, which is a Trick Room Pokemon that I have adored for years, but haven't really figured out how to play in Sword and Shield because there are so many amazing Trick Room setters now in the meta. So I'm really looking forward to trying this team out on videos where you can actually hear me talking. So far I'm 1-0 with this team, so real quick to go through everything. CALYREX is an Assault Vest variant, which is very rare. I like the bulk that it has, though. Great coverage with high horsepower and Seed Bomb, which gives you outs against Zacian and Kyogre, respectively. Glacial Lance is a fantastic move in a restricted format, and Close Combat offers great coverage as well. So I don't really know what this Calyrex is EV'd to survive because unfortunately Google Translate does not do a good job when it comes to translating damage calcs, unfortunately. I think if I'm reading this correctly, it can survive some water spouts, assuming that your Calyrex is still standing next to another Pokemon. But I will leave that up to you to figure out because the link to the blog is in the description down below. The Incineroar on this team I think is seemingly very standard for a Citrus Berry variant. This is of course not mentioning any EV spreads, which are again in the blog post. But Flare Blitz, Darkest Lariat, Fake Out, and Parting Shot are great coverage, giving the prevalence of Calyrexes right now in Series 9. In addition to just Flare Blitz being a really good move. I mean, it one-shot a Raichu earlier, so that was pretty great. Torkoal as well. It's my favorite kind of Torkoal to run. I love Eruption and Burning Jealousy together. I think that's the kind of fire-type coverage I prefer, since you can go for big damage, or you can go for a burn, maybe punish some other Dynamax setup that your opponent's trying to do. And then you have Yawn and Protect, which is just a great way to sort of slow the game down, force your opponent to switch, and kind of threaten their board positioning a bit, which, again, is what I want a Torkoal to do. So moving on to the Moon, aka Star of the team. I said that better in the first take. Cresselia is back. This Cresselia is honestly pretty standard if you're used to seeing Cresselia in a format. Moonblast, Ally Switch, Helping Hand, and Trick Room are all fantastic moves. Helping Hand and Trick Room I really like. Moonblast is a bit strange to me. I think I still mentally favor Psyshock just because I'm old and that was what was good back in the day. And Ally Switch is something that I personally struggle with playing, using when I play in addition to playing against. I just kind of go down this like black hole of he said, she said, will do, won't do kind of stuff. So for my version of the team, that's probably what's going to change, since I am going to be streaming next week with a Series 9 take on this team that I'm going to build this week, which should be a lot of fun. I think we're going to be working on that over on Twitch a little bit, but still, it's a great Pokemon, and I really hope that it gets its opportunity to shine, because it has been a very long time for Cresselia, and it's about time she came back. And last but not least, for Tapu Fini and Venusaur, I feel like these are very standard, consistent move sets. You have the leftovers plus Calm Mind on the Fini so that you can just bulk up and then heal yourself fairly easily over time. And then Life Orb Venusaur with Sleep Powder to sort of help with stall. You have Weather Ball to take advantage of your sun or the opposing rain or ice or whatever. Just a very, very solid team. Again, very comfortable with Fire, Water, Grass, and just some really exciting Pokemon. So, so the first battle that I recorded was actually a Series 9 battle. I forget if I said that already, because my opponent didn't have any restricted Pokemon, and I just didn't bring Calyrex since I felt like I wouldn't have needed a Glastrier anyways in that matchup. So I'm hoping that we'll get something like that again, even though the goal is to showcase the Series 8 version of this team. But I think that I feel what a lot of Pokemon content creators are feeling right now, and not even just content creators. I don't know why I said it that way. Just like Pokemon players in general. You know, I think we're all just feeling a little bit burnt out on restricted Pokemon right now. But for this battle, it looks like not only do we have a restricted Pokemon, but we also have a Shedinja. So, yeah, we're gonna puzzle through this one, Montu. Good luck, have fun. Golduck, Heliolisk, Tapu Fini, Xerneas, Rhyperior, and Shedinja. Yeah, okay. So I believe the Golduck is a fake out damp Pokemon. And Cloud9. No, it gets Cloud9 as well. So most likely any attempts to bring weather in this situation are not going to go well. I'm in a weird position where I don't have a lot of stuff I can do against my opponent's Xerneas, so we're gonna have to play very carefully, and I think I am gonna be forced to rely on Calyrex for this matchup. But a bit more scarily / more importantly, we're also going to be in a tough position when it comes to the Rhyperior. So I am choosing to bring Torkoal, but this could backfire. I should double check Torkoal's speed real quick on this, because I know that Torkoal and Rhyperior have an interesting speed matchup. So it looks like this Torkoal has 22 in their speed, and that is one thing I like about Japanese team reports, is they always give you the raw stat values, which is very helpful. And Rhyperior can get down to 40 speed, so, and that's with 0 IV minus nature. So Torkoal should, in all purposes of everything, be slower than everything. So we're gonna go ahead and just count on that. We're also going to threaten the Heliolisk a little bit this turn with a no. So he's gonna fake out do something with Shedinja. I don't really know what. I want to go for Trick Room. I'm pretty sure that Cresselia is getting flinched this turn. So I was like, okay, we'll just not switch. But it looks like Huh, interesting. Okay, it looks like we're getting a Hyper Voice and a Skitter Smack. But the Skitter Smack missed. That would have been kind of weird, but I would have been here for it. You know, Skitter Smack. Why does that remind me of the Jabberwocky of all things? It's the alliteration. Who am I kidding? It's very much the alliteration that reminds me of the Jabberwocky with that. So we're going to go ahead, switch out Fini, send in Torkoal to threaten Shedinja. I'm trying to keep the Glastrier in the back until the Xerneas makes an appearance, but thankfully, because Trick Room is now up on the field, I don't think that's going to be for a while. And Torkoal should have a favorable switch here. Hyper Voice is doing... It must be doing stab normal damage. Alright, and there's the Golduck, but that's fine. We don't worry about Cloud 9 right now because the Torkoal's presence on the field is more so to do damage to Shedinja than anything else. And thankfully, Skitter Smack, not very effective. And when you only have 1 HP, do you really need big damage? I don't think so. I don't think so. Alright, so now we're going to start playing some games. We're going to ally switch, we're going to fire attack. I'm ally switching here because if the Shedinja goes for a protect or something, or a water attack, then that's going to be trouble. So the ally switch will allow us to protect Torkoal for a bit longer, and Xerneas makes an appearance. So now we just get rid of Torkoal, I guess, for a bit. Since, you know, Torkoal really is our Shedinja win con at this point, so I think what we'll do is we'll go ahead, switch out Torkoal for Glastrier. Oh no, maybe not. No, okay, no, we're fine. We're protected by Misty Terrain. I was like, will I regret the Scald Burn here? Because, you know, that is something that you gotta worry about when your opponent is throwing Scalds around, but we still do have Misty Terrain up, which means that Calyrex should be fairly safe with the switch in. And given that the Xerneas is most likely going to go for a Geomancy, being able to hit it with a super powerful physical attack next turn is going to be pretty important. So we're also going to set up Hail. We're going to set up Hail because Hail is another way to threaten Shedinja horribly. And I guess the Golduck's still on the field though. Yeah, alright, I guess the Golduck's still on the field. So even if we do set up Hail now, it's not going to be that great. So I think it's time we bust out a good old damage calculator real quick and see how much a Calyrex does to a Xerneas. Real quick, Xerneas default set. I'm going to use the default set for Calyrex-ICE here, even though I know that they're probably not running max attack on it. And it looks like Glacial Lance is a 96% damage in doubles. But that's with weakness policy activated, so let me remove that. 57. So Helping Hand Glacial Lance is going to be a roll here. But if my opponent chooses the Dynamax, which I'm assuming they're going to do, we are still looking at a roll in all situations. So I'm going to go ahead and risk... Oh god. I'm going to go ahead and max Hailstorm and pray that we don't time out. Okay, okay. We didn't time out. I'm pretty sure... Oh no, we timed out. No, we didn't. Okay. It's just a quick claw Golduck, of course. Oh my god. If we would have timed out, I'm pretty sure the default would have been Glacial Lance Moonblast, which isn't the worst play in this situation. But the reason why I kind of hesitated a bit was I wasn't sure how bulky Calyrex would have to be to match the Dynamax of the Xerneas, especially now that it has gotten the Geomancy boost. So again, just doing napkin damage calcs here. Max Hailstorm will do around 35 to 40% damage. So we really will need the Helping Hand both turns in order to ensure the knockout. We've already gotten some chip down, but I don't think that's enough to make this a 2-hit KO. So I don't really care that the Golduck is going to Calm Mind. We can always match that later with our Fini. That's not a big deal. The bigger deal right now is unfortunately the Geomancy Deer. So we'll take the 2-hit knockout on this. You know, maybe we'll be lucky and that chip will be enough that we could get the KO without a Helping Hand next turn, but I don't know. That makes me kind of nervous. The other thing that we could potentially do here is a Max Quake, but again, I just don't think that's going to do enough damage. And it looks like my opponent thought I was going to ally switch with the Steel Spike into Cresselia, though honestly that was probably a good play in general since Trick Room is now over. They have Steel Spike. What would that even be coming off of? Like Gyro Ball? Yeah, that would be coming off a Gyro Ball. And we can't protect, so we're just gonna roll here and see how it goes. I need to get Trick Room back up if I want to have a shot, so... Okay. Okay, Golduck. Thank you. Thank you for quick clawing twice in a row. That's cool. No? Alright. So Cresselia goes down, that's fine. And I think that's fine because we are going to hopefully still get this knockout here. It actually might be... No, at +2 defense, I probably... yeah, no, I don't think that's it, actually. Even with, like, a helping hand, there's no way. Yeah. Alright, let's think about this real quick. So... I want to keep Misty Terrain up because I really don't want a Scald Burn making this matchup worse for me. So I think sending in Fini there was the best thing to do. I also think I have to worry about this Golduck a bit more now that we're sort of getting down to the wire, so to speak. It's hard because on the one hand, it's very tempting to just attack into the Xerneas. But I think what I'm going to do instead is actually go for the knockout on Golduck, so that way Torkoal doesn't have to be as afraid moving forwards. And this is a bit of a weird play. I'm kind of hoping that he might protect his last turn of Dynamax, or, I don't know, target the Fini or something with something. Okay, no, he just went for Starfall. That's okay. I think that's okay, honestly. I mean, Fini's still in danger, sure, especially with mystery physical or mystery steel type attack on the Xerneas, but I feel a lot better about this matchup knowing that Golduck is gone, and because really at the end of the day we need to make sure that Torkoal can knock out Shedinja. That's like our win con. Alternatively, Weather knock out Shedinja. So we're not going to see Shedinja come in because it is hailing, and because Golduck has been removed, we will now start seeing hail damage. We'll get like 2 turns of it, I think, but there's also grassy terrain now, so that's going to be negated for the most part. But still, I'm like, here's the other thing I'm like trying to debate right now is I think I just go for an attack with Fini. Regardless of Heliolisk. That was the other Pokemon. Okay, so it's Heliolisk and Shedinja. So Torkoal can take those. Like, Torkoal can take those easy. It's really just this Xerneas that's going to be the problem moving forward. So, given that, we have to go on the offensive. I can't afford to do any, like, protection shenanigans. So I think what we have to do is just Glacial Lance, Moonblast the Xerneas, and hope for the best. This is, yeah, like the other thing he could do here, which I was just about to say, is like a Dazzling Gleam plus a Hyper Voice, and that actually might be enough. Yeah, that is enough. So, and like it was very tempting to try and maybe protect to avoid that, but at the end of the day, you know, we are the slowest Pokemon, and yeah, I guess Xerneas just takes this one. I probably could have brought Incineroar. I probably should have brought Incineroar actually, maybe over Torkoal. Not so much for the Intimidate, but because that would have ensured that we had a bulky Pokemon that could take Steel Spikes, could take the Dazzling Gleam way better. So, yeah, I think that would have been the win con. And while we're certainly not KO'd yet, this poor little Torkoal I think is going to struggle a little bit to knock out these 2 Pokemon and or to survive a +2 Dazzling Gleam followed by a Hyper Voice. Or a Psychic. Or a +2 Psychic. That, yeah. Alright, GG's. So Incineroar would have been the better play here. Also, Incineroar would have allowed me to get Cresselia off the field, and I think that was ultimately where this team lost, was I needed Trick Room to stop Cresselia, or to stop Xerneas, and then I didn't have Trick Room to stop Xerneas. But that's okay, because I'm interested in this team for the metagame when Xerneas doesn't exist anymore, so it's gonna be good. Anyways. Thank you all so much for watching today. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you do, make sure to press that like button and maybe leave a comment down below. Tell me what you're looking forward to for Series 9, what teams you're building, what you're hyped about. I'm on the Cresselia train, so we're going to see how that goes. You can also watch my Twitch content. I stream live on Twitch. You can talk to me. This can be an interactive experience, even. Every Tuesday, Thursday, and Friday, starting at 7 p.m. Eastern. This week, I think we're going to just be iterating on this team a little bit, trying to get a Series 9 version of this team working in a way that I like it, whether that be through viewer battles or just praying that my opponents don't have restricted Pokemon. I'm not sure. Maybe we'll just do free battle all week. I don't know. Kind of burnt out on Series 8, so we'll see what future Gabby wants. It's always a surprise, and that's why you should subscribe. So yeah, thanks everybody for watching. I'll see you for my next upload or on Twitch or wherever. Until then, stay safe, stay healthy, and have a fantastic day. Goodbye, everybody.